Hello, I'm Steve Tiber, president of 8 Days of Hope, and we want to welcome you to 8 Days of Hope 13. You're getting this video and this email because you have volunteered to come to Lafayette. Thank you so much. I know so many volunteers are coming from around the country. We expect over 2,000 people to come to Lafayette from 40 states. They're coming from Canada. We can't wait. It's going to be a fun time. But what we wanted to do is we want to do something a little bit different on this trip for past volunteers. This is really mainly for the brand new, the first-time volunteer. So with me today is Hannah Tiber, my daughter. She's also one of our 67 ambassadors. We'll talk more about that in a minute. So please read this. Please read the attachment that's with this email, but also this video might be able to answer some questions that you might have. So Hannah, go ahead. First question.
Okay, so let's say I'm a first-time volunteer and I'm just now arriving at the Cajundome in Louisiana. What do I do?
Good question. So you're going to pull up and very clearly you'll see signs of where you're supposed to park. We'll have temporary parking spots for those that are checking in with 8 Days of Hope. You'll leave your vehicle outside. Your family will come inside. You'll come inside and you're going to get a name tag. We have to make sure that you've actually officially volunteered or registered with us. You'll get a couple t-shirts. And if you're lodging with us, we'll give you your lodging assignment. You'll also get a schedule of the daily schedule, where to go, where to be at, what time are certain things, so you don't miss a meal or don't miss a meeting. And so after that, then you'll go back to your vehicle and you'll find a parking spot. Now, if you're in a tent or an RV, someone will show you where the tents are being set up or where the RVs will park. If you're lodging with us at the Cajundome or next door at the convention center, we'll walk you to the area that you'll be lodging at for those 2, 4, 5, 8 days that you'll be with us at 8 Days of Hope. So don't be overwhelmed. We have a pretty good system. I think it works. It's really important, Hannah, as you know, that when you come to 8 Days of Hope, one of the first things you do is after you check in and settled in, you come back and you go through orientation. Why, Hannah, is orientation so important?
As somebody who's been on a lot of 8 Days of Hope trips, I find that orientation is important to go to, even for volunteers it's not their first time. You learn a lot in orientation, like where to go, what the ground rules are for the places we're staying at. We want to be respectful of any limitations they've given us. You also learn about things such as the job area, which we'll talk about in a little bit, dinners, breakfasts, lunches, and why we as an organization do what we do. You also learn about how you're supposed to keep care of the children that you've brought with you and other things like that.
It's important because when you go to orientation, we literally give you a stamp on your name tag. It's a cross. And that allows you to go to the job area to find the job that you're going to work on, the family that you're going to minister to using your gifts. And so if you've been on previous trips with 8 Days of Hope and you don't have that cross, you could be with us 7 different times, but you're not going to be allowed to sign up for a job until you go through orientation. So that's very, very important. So we talked about families. We're a very family-friendly ministry. Hannah's grown up. Hannah's now 20. And Hannah, you've learned a lot about working with your hands. So last I heard, tell us some of the things you've learned.
I have done a little bit of drywall, electrical work, insulation, roofing, carpentry, obviously demolition, painting's quite fun. I've done a lot of different things.
And the coolest thing is she didn't learn any of them from me.
Nope.
She's learned them from other volunteers. So if you brought your family, please step outside your comfort zone and look for ways that your children can learn and watch. And our leaders and our parents are very patient. We want the whole family to really enjoy this experience here at 8 Days of Hope 13. Social media. So it's very important. We're on many social media sites. Hannah, are you a millennium? What are you?
I think I'm Generation Z or Y.
Okay. She's a minion. So as a minion, no, okay. So social media, tell everyone what we want them to do with social media.
In this day and age, social media is so important for getting the news out there, and we really want people to hear more about 8 Days of Hope in hopes that they volunteer in the future. So when you use social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and you have a hashtag, use hashtag 8DOH to help spread our message and to share your stories of personal experiences. Nothing goes further than somebody else's individual, experience of what they've done, and it really touches other people's lives.
So for us wiser, older people, a hashtag is like that pound sign and then the 8, DOH. We want to hear your stories as you're traveling to Lafayette. So as you're traveling, we ask you to decorate your car, paint your windows, headed to Lafayette, getting ready to bless those in need. Whatever you want, we actually give a prize out to the best decorated vehicle. And so be creative there as well. But hashtag us as you're traveling. As Hannah said, we're on Facebook. We're on Instagram and Twitter. Those are the 3 that we kind of run with. We're also on the YouTube, not on the YouTube, on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel called 8 Days of Hope. All of our handles are the same, 8 Days of Hope. You spell out the number 8, 8 Days of Hope. So let's talk for a minute about flexibility, Hannah. So we have a really unique situation. We normally start 8 Days of Hope on a Saturday. Our first meal is a Friday night, and on Saturday morning, we're often running very early in the morning. Unfortunately, our host, who's been a great host, the Cajundome, we don't have availability to that area until Saturday mid-afternoon. So literally in 3 hours, we got to set everything up. So Saturday night, if you are coming to volunteer for June 4th, that means you would either come Saturday night after 6 o'clock or Sunday morning very early. We're going to ask that you come Sunday morning around 7 in the morning to start the whole process. At 6:30 or 7, look at that email, that attachment we have. But why is flexibility so important when you come to 8 Days of Hope?
8 Days of Hope, every time something new happens. Our last trip to South Carolina, we ended up getting hit with a hurricane the first day.
Oh, that's right, that hurricane. I remember that.
So we have to learn to be flexible. Things don't always go as planned, and part of being a Christian and coming to these events is having a flexible heart and being gracious and generous when things don't go exactly the way that they usually do. So just remember to keep an open mind when things hit that you aren't exactly prepared for.
So the 3rd and 4th is a little bit interesting. We get all of our female lodging as of the night of the 4th. We have some of it the night of the 3rd. So if you are coming, you're a female, you're coming with other females, and you didn't know if you were going to come Saturday night or Sunday, it's probably best that you come Sunday morning, and we'll start the process there. Maybe you're traveling down Sunday morning and you can't get there early in the morning. Still come whatever time you're going to come. We're going to do orientation many times during the day. Usually I'll do it the first couple of days, and then eventually Hannah takes over for me to do orientation. Couple other things, we're just about done. Donations. So we're a 501c3 organization. For 12 and a half years, we've been an all-volunteer organization. Even now, we have a very small skeleton staff to help this ministry expand. You're going to hear about some brand new ministries that 8 Days of Hope is launching in Lafayette. You're going to be the first to hear. We can't wait to tell you about it. But if you can reach out to your local church or your business, or if you would consider making a donation, we want you to come. It's free. We are going to feed you. You're going to have a great place to sleep. We're going to give you a couple snappy looking t-shirts. You're going to have a blast. But if you are willing to make a donation, please bring that with you. We would appreciate it. I think as of today, we're still about $75,000 short of meeting our budget. Our budget on this trip is over $640,000. What a difference from 8 Days of Hope 1.
Yes.
Oh, big difference.
Very big difference.
Any closing comments for volunteers out there?
I just had one more question. So say I arrive at 8 Days of Hope and I get really confused and I don't know what to do. Who do I go to? Who do I talk to?
So all the volunteers are going to wear one colored shirt. I can't tell you what it is yet, but you'll see on Facebook. We're going to reveal it, we think, this weekend. So if you want to color coordinate your outfits, some of us men like to do that, or women, you'll see the color of a shirt that 99% of the volunteers will have. You're going to see 8 colored shirts like this. 8 people will be wearing this shirt. That's the executive leadership or the board. We're the ones leading the ministry 365 days a year. You can ask them any question you want, and we'll give you an answer. But here's the good news. Hannah's an ambassador, and Hannah's going to hold up a shirt. You're going to see a blue shirt. It might be this blue or a little bit close to this blue, but when you see a blue shirt, either one of these 8 or one of these 60, you can ask them a question as well. They'll have every answer. So don't feel like you have to stop us. You can to get an answer, but to kind of help you to have the best experience, just look for any of the 72 blue shirts, and they'll be able to answer any question you have. Man, we're praying for you. We pray that you're excited to come to Lafayette. I just want to encourage you that if you're coming to build something, and that's the only reason you're coming, we're probably not the right ministry for you to partner with. We want to share Jesus with so many people in Lafayette, the people that we meet at Walmart, the homeowners, the gas stations, the people working the Cajundome. Man, be prayed up. I think God's going to do something amazing. I know He will during 8 Days of Hope 13. Even though we're interdenominational, we set aside our petty differences and we come for one reason, to love and serve those in need. We're excited to see you. If you have any other questions that you didn't see on this piece of paper or through this video, go back to our website and read our frequently asked questions. We have gotten hundreds of emails, hundreds of phone calls with a question that is on that piece of paper. And we are extremely busy. We will get back to you as soon as possible. The best way to contact us from this point on is through email, info, I-N-F-O, at 8daysofhope.com. We have someone that manages that 24/7. We love you. Can't wait to serve with you. On behalf of my daughter, you did good, girl.
Thanks.
We can't wait to serve with you. God bless you. Safe travels. We'll see you soon.